Fine, I'm live. Jesus. Leave me alone, GG2. Leave me alone. I was so on track to being on time after delaying 2 times, and I still didn't get it right. Oh, pain. Let me put some socks on. My feet are cold. Hold on. See, it's still not ready. Back and forth everywhere. I'm a mess. My lord. Time management on 0. Why didn't I just wait a minute? Okay, coffee. That way. Enjoy the music. I hate it here. All right. Finally, Mr. Streamer streaming. I'm learning Mandarin on Duolingo. Glad you started right at 2 p.m. Eastern, like you planned from the start. Shut up. Shut up. Machina. I know it's Machina, so I jumped ahead because I'm trying to get these on a regular cadence, and I'm trying to do the catch up on other days. So yeah, I want to stagger everything by like a month. So Machina is a month old at this point, and with a month's perspective of power creep afterwards, we can safely talk about Machina. It's a working theory. Miss out. Hey, I'm gonna go back. So tomorrow, I'm gonna stream again tomorrow, and that's gonna be who came after Twins? Shit, was that Jacked after Twins? See, I can't be 5 months behind if I alter my schedule. Thinking Galaxy Brain now. Where's my Fitbit? My girlfriend sending me a Facebook video. Oh boy. Jacked is after Twins, so I'm gonna do Jacked tomorrow. That's the plan. Because if I do one a week, and burst cycles are every 2 weeks, by some kind of math, I will catch up eventually. Great video today, Bard. Yeah, shout out to Dystopia Bard. He ended my YouTube career today, unfortunately. That's why it took me so long to get streaming, because I was just crying at the truth that was spit. I got put in my grave. Yeah, I'm just dead, y'all. I'm just dead. Also, it's really hot in here. Let me open up a window. Jesus Christ. Did I say it? No, I just said it was cold, but then I got hot all of a sudden. Oh my god. Oh, but if I open up a window, people are gonna hear me screaming about mobile. Oh no. Okay, wait, that's what thermometers are for. This is rough. I need a Phoenix now. Where's Blind Eye for the Jack type? Jack type. I deceased streamer. Yeah, this is my memoriam stream. Oh my lord. Okay. I think I'm in a better spot now. Yeah. So I got stream open right there. So like I said in the title, we're gonna be talking about Machina's burst cycle today. getting that, and it's easier for me to start from something closer because I remember it a little bit better. So we're still a little rough around the edges, and I'm figuring things out. So I'm getting my notes together. Y'all are here. Thanks for being here right now on time, knowing that I never start on time. I continue to shoot myself in the foot by never starting on time, but I'm getting better. It's CPT, bruh. CPT is legendary. I wonder if I can function if I throw on music in the background for myself. You guys won't hear it, but I will. Put some Wu-Tang in the background for myself so I can focus. Some Jizz Genius. Inspect the deck. You God. Ghostface Killer, Raekwon the Chef, and somebody knows it. Shout out to Multiracial Lion. He always gets my my Wu-Tang references. So what's the song by Jizza? The Fourth Chamber? It's Fourth Chamber. Yeah. Sorry guys, gotta get in the mood. I was watching horror stream Persona 4. That was a fun time. Oh, tied this up. My streaming times have been amazing today. Yeah, Asim, I can stream earlier in the day on the weekends because I'm not working. So it works out a lot better for the non-US folks. Although I guess, well, it's gonna be rough for some time zone. What? It's late for Asia, or like Asia-ish people, and it's in the middle of the day for like EU times, right? Yeah. Oh, I don't do it right. You tilt your head back and say it with the throat. Har, if I have enough energy later today, we will play Strive. I do want to learn. Strive. 10 p.m. here. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah. My weekend streams are. Okay. So let's get getting everything in order. What's going on with you guys? 8 p.m. How's it going? 8 p.m. in the UK, 9 p.m. in the US. Okay. Hopefully I don't get ended on stream. Listen, Har, me and Har figured that out. He said he'd be willing to. Har said he'd be willing to teach me his ways, so we can learn a bit more. I did when I streamed Metal Gear Rising, but not really last night. I also did some Strive. Pulling up some pages, drinking my water. All right, one sec. You're gonna ignore chat this time as well. It's kind of it's not ignoring chat. It's more, I won't bounce off chat until I say what I gotta say. So I'm not ignoring chat. I'm just not focused on chat. 2 p.m. in Texas, yeah, it's US times. Thanks for the detail on Machina. Twins to Machina. So I'm a god and I still impart my knowledge from Mr. Streamer. This video definitely needs timestamps because I'm how many minutes in already? I'm 10 minutes in and I haven't started talking about fucking anything. Okay, that's good. That's good. Close the Genshin tab. You guys see fucking Anthem is on for like okay, me having music in the background is not working, by the way, so I'm turning that off for myself. Okay, let me get this tab open. I think I have everything I need. Very unprepared. Tisk. Chat has too much goof power. The RNA hot takes are so powerful they delayed the stream by an hour. Jesus. Okay, I think I'm ready to go. Should have been ready to go from the jump. So let me put OBS in studio mode. Tweak some stuff. Do I have a picture of Machina is the real question. Okay. Oh no, it's not. Oh, there we go. All right. Cool. I think I'm good to go. Almost. And I need to switch that over. Yeah, so GGTube's got the info about Machina in this chat. But I'm not going to read that because I'm trying to go off memory here and impart the important stuff. So, okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go about Machina chat. Ready to switch over? For me, rewatching this on the run back, this is when I'm starting over. All right, so this is Machina's burst cycle to start off the the second half of May in JP. And this was right before we got leveled 90 awakenings, which is pretty cool. Machina got some good stuff. It wasn't actually apparent what happened with Machina. The showcase wasn't very good for his skills because they completely ignored his skill 2, and his skill 1 got improvements as well that weren't immediately obvious. But what everyone immediately flocked to in Machina was that his HP plus can do like 1,000,000 damage. It's actually, well, I'll go into that, but first off, Machina got LD board rework, pretty nice. What exactly did he get? Well, it's still 2 HP attacks, but it's got like I believe it's more hits and more overflow now. Don't quote me on that, but it does a bit more damage. And his buff from the LD got improved as well. Now he's got HP damage up on it, brave damage up on it, brave gain up. So you know how Machina's got those big brave gains when he does attacks. He's got brave gain up on that, which is real good for him. And when you're attacking a broken target, he gets massive brave damage up. So that's real good for him. He's doing a lot more damage off the bat with that. His skills got reworked, but that's not really as important. Skill 2, I believe, is 3 HP attacks. Let me, yeah, no, it's a brave gain. So it's a brave gain, and then it's a double HP attack, and it splashes also. And it's still got the refund on it, which is pretty cool. And it instant breaks. That's the real cool thing about skill 2 now. So if Machina really needs to hit a broken target, because he gets big damage when he's attacking a broken target. Now you can guarantee that if he skill 2s him beforehand, although he's not got high turn rate or anything on it. And skill 1 is now completely free. It doesn't take up a turn anymore, and it has a brave gain before he does it. And then he also does his HP. I think it's got a couple more hits, but don't quote me on that. But skill 1's better now as well. That's the meat of the rework, and I'm not quite sure if this is a hot take or not, but I think Machina might be maybe decent at best at LD. He's not completely, well, he's not, this is hard to say. He's not like he's completely dead without burst, but I think he might have some value, but just because he still got the free turn gimmick. But it would also at the same time be very hard to justify him in the party over a burst damage dealer. That's kind of the point that JP is at, where if you have a damage dealer and they don't have a burst, what are they bringing to the table? And I think they rectified that a little bit with LD boards and ultimate weapons, but that is, I mean, LD boards with level 90 and ultimate weapons, but that's for a later stream. We can talk about that later. But Machina, definitely very competitive damage. Well, I guess since I'm doing this a month later and ultimate weapons are a thing, it's worth covering some of the hot takes that enveloped about Machina. But anyways, the meat of what Machina has is his burst, and it's actually pretty easy to keep this up. He does actually no spoilers. Don't mention what's the what the BT finisher is, but it's pretty iconic for Machina basically. And he gets a very steroided HP plus. Oh lord, this HP plus. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about Machina's LD boards now is that when someone on the party gets hit, he actually follows up after the turn. So if anybody in the party gets hit, he'll do his counter, and then the counter will follow up into his LD follow up. Does that make sense? So when I get hit with Machina, counters, follows up. That's real important. I think there's some technical thing around that, but he's got off turn damage now, is what I'm really trying to say, and that's huge for Machina. But back to his burst. I don't know the technicality about the counter. Burst attack is cool. The burst effect is also pretty cool. It's got party HP damage up, bigger end brave cap, bigger overflows, and sorry, I got distracted. It's just got a bunch of overflows for the party as well. But so the big thing is the HP damage up, and it's stackable, but he gets to full stacks pretty quickly, which is not really a problem. Machina is definitely one of those green or bust characters, I'd say. Well, no, I said that goes back against what I was saying before. Actually, just ignore everything I said about him being LD only. You probably don't want to do that. I don't know why you justify him after that when everyone does so much more damage to him. So never mind. Machina is definitely. I take all that guy completely. Machina is definitely green or bust. But his HP attack, it's what, 7? Is it 7 attacks? Let me look right quick. Where's that HP attack? I'm reading from the Dissidia Compendium, by the way, to refresh my memory to get some, because the numbers here are actually important. Yeah, Furious Blaze Burst. It's a two hits of Brave and then HP attack 7 times, and he refunds in the middle of all of it, and it's got a low turn rate, so he actually delays himself, sync style. But this HP attack can easily do 1,000,000 damage in one pop, which is insane. So the ideal way to burn Machina is... Why am I being pinged on Discord? The ideal way to use Machina is to use his Burst Plus ability and get that effect up, and then burn like 1 turn. It's either 1 or 2 turns, depending on how long it lasts. I don't know. And you want every single attack except his finisher to have the burst effect up in his face. So that's the big thing, because Locke is out right now and Noel's out right now, and they have different ways to get out really stupid 1,000,000 damages in one go. But Machina has the advantage of having an insane burst phase where he's pretty much interrupted. Uninterruptible while he's got his burst phase off. So his burst phase, if you're playing it right, is to just spam those HP attacks. He can easily get like 13 million HP damage in one go, which is huge for potentially skipping enemy phases and other things. And once he's out of that phase and he's used the burst ability within his burst phase, then he delays himself after every HP attack. So you actually have a huge uptime on the on his BT effect because he's delaying himself. He's not getting that many turns. And if you do get hit, then Machina will follow up after the enemy goes. So he's got a lot of firepower in him. So where he differs in comparison to Noel and Locke, for example, and their big bursts of damage, is that Machina has off-turn damage, and he's definitely got it's more consistent, I'd say, because you can pretty much keep Machina's burst up the entire battle by doing the whole attack within burst and then delay himself afterwards. You feel me? And plus those brave gains. If you want to be a lame like Alphino and stack brave gains on your party, then Machina's refunds will be so enormous that he's going to be doing very consistent damage, because a lot of it relies on just doing those brave gains in between. So yeah, Machina, definitely very good. I did get him, thankfully, going for Paine, and I greened him frame 1. He is Captain Levi. In Trafalgar, let me not spoil the name. He's Trafalgar Law from One Piece. Same voice actors. Very cool stuff. I'm very happy what they did with him. It's and his burst theme, the whatever it's called, fire, just straight fire. Yeah, and he came alongside a raid that wasn't fairly interesting, but he wasn't the only character that got updated. And I am completely unprepared to talk about Paine. So let me talk to chat while I pull that up. Yeah, is that all I had to say about Machina? Yeah, let's switch to chat enabled mode. Let me put that over there. All right, what are you guys talking about? Where are you talking about Shantotto? Was she, was Toto the other burst alongside Machina? No. Was she? Oh no. Oh no. Was she? Did I forget that already? Yikes. Yikes. There's no way. No. Shantotto wasn't. Oh no, she was. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I was like, Toto wasn't now. She was later on or before, wasn't she? No. She was on this raid. Oh my god. That's awkward. That's very awkward. I have no words. Yikes. FF11 fan in shambles? Yeah. It's not a good day to be a Final Fantasy 11 fan. Well, I mean, y'all, Shantotto, level 90 will save Shantotto, okay? She'll be good again. Why did they give her dark in chat? Oh, I hate it here. Oh, buddy. Yikes. So I'd rather talk about Paine than Machina. You guys think I skipped over anything about Machina? I mean, Machina makes numbers go burr. Machina got a good BT and a broken HP plus from his burst effect. Yeah, that HP plus is very consistent damage. And the follow-up, I think I butchered how the follow-up works, or the counter, because I was pretty sure it works like Beatrix now, but I wasn't quite sure where that came from. Is it still only after Machina gets hit? Because I'm pretty sure it works like Beatrix, doesn't it? Am I tripping? Oh, I didn't even talk about base Furious Blades. Well, to be fair, you're not going to see the base Furious Blades often, but that is a good point. So, if you hit a broken target with base Furious Blades, Machina actually doesn't, you get an instant turn, and the instant turn you're probably going to burn on Furious Blades Plus, and one of these increases his EX charge a little bit more. So it's pretty viable to just spam Machina's HP Plus. It does work like Beatrix. Okay, there we go. He counters whenever the debuff counts down. Aha! There it is. There it is. Okay, thank you. Thank you. There it is. Okay, there we go. That's important. I think I touched on everything with Machina. Definitely I think that the biggest thing to highlight is what he has over these recent million damage button users is that Machina's is a lot more controlled because Locke has the RNG, and you gotta semi-set Locke up. Meanwhile, Noel is every other turn with his EX, and you also cannot burn that back to back within summon. So the nuance is very important there. Okay. I think I hit everything there. So let's man, Shantotto. And you gotta read Japanese with Locke. Yeah, alright. Let's jump over to Shantotto now. Do I have a picture of her saved? Nope. I don't. Do I have a picture of Paine saved? Because if I have a picture of Paine, that's what I'm gonna use next. Damn, I suck. Who's the returning LD with Shantotto? Waka? Yike. Oh, Machina's armor. Does it matter? I'm pretty sure you got a 2-2 split. Whatever. I don't like talking about the armor anymore. I really don't. It seems like people are gigabraining the armor lately in global. Like the whole that's not fair to make it a global thing because the same thing happened JP side. Like who should I get the armor for? Who's armor best for? And it's always just who are you about to use most, because each armor is technically very impactful depending on how you build around it. That's a very tired discussion that I don't feel like having anymore. Yeah, I'd rather talk about Paine. Oh god, I have to talk about Paine. Oh no. I don't know how Paine works. Oh lord, no, Paine. I forgot how complicated Paine is. And I have to explain it. Oh no. Oh, this is gonna be a fun one. Oh, it's gonna be a fun one. Alright, let's jump over while I fumble through Paine. Paine, more like pain for me. Alright, where is the picture at? Just read what I wrote? No! I refuse. I ain't doing that. I ain't reading. Ain't no need to read. Alright, Paine time. Paine time. Paine is a mess. And shout out to Tonberry Troop, who's gonna make an infographic for her if they so decide to. Because I mean, Rem made one, and Paine has so much going on, and it's a headache. And I used her once, and I was confused when it happened too. And there's so many conditions, but she is one of the coolest like technical characters that has to exist at the moment in JP. She fulfills different roles in the party with her LD based on the position of herself in the party. Oh yeah, we gotta be hydrated for this one. Let me talk about her rework first. Skill 1 is a lot better. It's a double HP attack with 6 brave hits in between. So it went from 3 hits to 4 times that. And it splashes as well. And then her skill 2, it's a triple HP attack, and it is also 20% splash. And she's still got the weakness damage joint going on. And what's it called? Is it status break? Is that the name of her debuff? Is already pretty strong, so she's already got the goods there. Her EX feels a lot better just because she's got her buffs and her damage up. But yeah, that's really the meat of her rework, I believe. Just her skills getting better. But we're not here for her skills. We're here for her goofy ass LD. My lord. It's a full party cleanse. It dispels all the enemy buffs. So she's got. Should I say she's basically a she's basically a debuff Sid Reigns? Because she's got the dispel and the and the cleanse for the party. That's how we judge characters, right? But a single target, HP attacks, and then splash 50%. Very good. And now this is where it gets really, really dumb. Oh God, I don't. So her position I might actually just fold and read chat for this one, because it is so easy to butcher. My God, what part of her kit gives the stupid? I don't know where that is. It must be from. No, it's got to be. It's her overhead. That's what it is. It's the overhead. She gets new overhead off of her LD. I remember now. Yeah, whatever. I'll just read what GGTube said. I give up. I'm folding. I am folding. What did he say? Maybe I should pull a REMS infographic. Y'all, Paine is so complicated. So she gets buffs and debuffs depending on where she can either go offensive to the party or defensive depending on where she's at in the turn order. So if you place her all the way on the right, the party members need to debuff, and you can, or if you place her in the, so party members on the left have to debuff, party members on the right have to buff the party, and you can either go 5 and 5 stacks of each, or you can go 10 in one direction or 10 in the other. For her red stacks, if the party member on the left increases the debuff, oh God, this is horrible to explain. I couldn't imagine. See, this is why I don't want to read it, because if I read it, then it's not going to be analyzing it. It needs to be digestible. So, if for the debuff stacks, it's the enemy deals less brave damage, the enemies gain less brave, and the enemies take more HP damage. So it's HP damage up when they get attacked. And the buff sides, when someone on the right of Paine buffs a party member, I think it's how many buffs? I think it's 2 buffs at once, right? You can get brave damage dealt up, brave gain up, and overflow up for the party. So Paine can either be a brave damage and brave gain up unit, or Paine can be a enemy brave reduction and HP damage up unit, or she can go both halfway. The buff thresholds are ridiculous. Like for brave damage dealt up, she can get up to 60, brave gain up 40, overflow for both stolen and gain 40. And then the numbers are important here because they're massive. Enemy brave damage dealt down, so they hit you 50% less hard, and this is assuming 10 stacks. And it's like 5% increments. Brave receive down, which is so the enemy can't, so she can have their brave if you go full debuff, and HP damage up by, no way, that's not 50%, is it? No way. No way, she doesn't get up to 50%. Is Leo Bob messing with me? There's no way Paine has 50% HP damage up, right? Wow, she does. Wow. That's crazy. Why haven't I been using her? I didn't. What? Hey, yo, Jesus Christ, dog. I didn't know it was that big. Let's take a. I'm sweating right now. That's pretty crazy. So buff on the when Paine's on the left side, you want. Did I get that backwards? You want people to the left of Paine. Look at, you know what? Fuck it. Look at Rem's infographics. I'm tired of explaining this. Paine got massive buffs. Buffs. She has insane auras on top of her already frame thing, and on top of her dress sphere. That's the TLDR, bruh. I don't even. Nope, not messing with it anymore, bruh. Number crunchers have fun. This is too big brain for me. I quit. I quit. What a headache. You know what? This is why I haven't used Paine at all. Because of this bullshit. This is exactly why. This is These are ridiculous buffs that I don't care to figure out anymore. But once you get the hang of it, it's likely very powerful. So, Aurabot Supreme is very customizable with a fun party placement mechanic. I didn't know it was that big. Black Nero 2021. Listen. Yeah, it is. Shout out to anyone trying to explain this. Because I think usually I can kind of walk through stuff, but this was hard to explain. Yeah, I don't do math, that's why. Word. Yeesh. Alright, well, Paine got good stuff. Lots of buffs. Alright, chat, help me. What do you guys think about Paine? That was such a clusterfuck. Dear God. I was very bold to think I could just freestyle that. I was very bold. GG2 ripped my name. Rem did the word, use it with thanks. Man, I am so against trying to read stuff because I'm trying to make it digestible. But what I successfully communicated there was there's too much going on for a first glance. She is awesome, but God, is she annoying to explain? Yes. And kind of convoluted stuff like that. It might be simpler than it looks. Yeah, I think it takes a little bit more understanding that I clearly do not have, and I think that speaks volumes about me. And no, I think it just speaks volumes about me. Is this music one you play while cooking? Is it? I wish it was. She's not convoluted to play, but to explain. And yeah, really, it does come down to the buffs, which makes it tricky. I've been streaming for half an hour already. Oh my lord. Not like this. Alright, we're moving on. Nope. I thought I was getting better at this. Moving on. Someone can math that out later. Paine is good. Got a lot of versatile effects. That's what the TLDR should have been, depending on where the party members are placed. And just list the effects, and that's it. Yes. In practice, get her to 5 stacks, 10 or both 5, and you're set. Yeah. Oof. That hit me like a truck. I gotta keep it moving. Alright, that was a mess. I give myself a D- on Paine. Shantotto. Lord. Shantotto got reworked for the umpteenth, what do you say? Umpteenth time? I can't wait to hear you explain Lock's Kit in a few months of Paine. Lock's easier to explain than Paine. Paine's got too much going on. Okay, wait, no, Asim's asking about, I do want to answer that. I'm so bad at this. Solutions needed. Let me switch back. And I'll ask before we transition again. That was my mistake. Alright. Is 10 stacks of her buff side better, or the 10 stacks of debuff side better? Is 5-5 better? I think that ultimately comes down to what you're trying to do on your team. It really does come down to that, because if you're trying to bum rush with HP damage up strats, then that's good for Paine, and that you're better off choosing the debuff side. But if you're being a loser like Alphano, and you're doing he is always catching strays. If you're trying to do Brave gain up and more Brave damage, then the buff side would be better. Or if you can't decide, then just going neutral is better as well. But it really just depends on what you're trying to do. And I think that's one of the coolest things about Paine, is that she can kind of be customizable. And I think that speaks a bit more to how she works in 10.2. Unfortunately, I have not played 10.2, so I don't know if it's oh no, do I have the hiccups again? You guys remember that one time I think I was streaming and then I couldn't get rid of my hiccups? You guys remember that? That was such a horrible time. Okay, any other no, you're not late. I'm late as fuck. Any other Paine related things? I'm trying to keep it moving. Depends on who you're bringing with her. Hiccups are easy to get rid of. Bruh, I had hiccups for like a day. Don't tell me how easy they are to get rid of. I'm switching to Shantotto now if there's no more questions. Oh god, Paine. Paine brings pain. Paine is by far, I think, the most versatile. I almost said worst. that's not longer true. The most versatile character in the game. Yeah, I think so too. Pretty good, pretty cool stuff for like a bunch of damage nerds and number nerds. She's like the primo character to go to. Yeah, good discussion, guys. All right, Toto. Oh man, Toto. Oh, Toto. I'm so sorry, Shantotto. I'm so sorry. I did forget that she got Burst Plus. I completely forgot that she got upgraded, which is really, really horrible. She got reworked again. Oh, poor Toto. I believe her, I'm reading Leo Bob now. She got Jed. I just said what she got. She got Dark Enchant on her Burst Plus. I mean, her skill 1 buff, I believe, got improved. I think it merged all the buffs into one buff. I don't know if that was recent, but I'm reading Leo Bob now. That appears to be what happened. Toto, man. And her skill 2 is a double HP attack now instead of just being one with splash. It's a double HP attack with splash, right? I think it is. She got no, ignoring chat. I think she got a double attack on skill 2 now, right? That had to have been what happened. Am I misremembering that? Well, she got an LD board rework as well. She actually got an extra use of her LD, and it's a double HP attack now, which is dope. And on her rage mode, she got weak damage up, so she actually hits a lot harder. Not a lot harder, but 30% harder than she did before, which is also good for Shantotto. And her burst attack, HP attacks twice now, and her new burst effect, it gets improved by 1 action. More M Brave up, and the party gets Dark Enchant. So now, Toto enchants Dark for the party when her kit isn't completely dark. I guess that's decently useful. She's now one of 2 Dark Enchanters in the game alongside Zonde. Sadly, this Dark Enchant is locked on her second limit break, which isn't very accessible. That's about it. That's about it. So she's got a nerfed LD call. She got reworked like twice within what, a 4 months? Was it 4 month time span? It wasn't a long gap between her last rework. I don't know why they don't gas Shantotto up a little more. Maybe if she'd come a little early, it'd be a little bit more impressive. But Final Fantasy XI fans, I'm sorry guys, y'all are the copium right now. It's some real copium, bruh. Not all of her dark attack isn't the one that you spam, so the dark enchant isn't like, if it was wind enchant, but Bart's already does that, so she's got to step somewhere else. Toto already, okay, I'm just talking to chat now. I don't have much to say about Toto except yikes. Toto already had weakness damage up on her burst, so Dark Enchant will be really effective. That's actually a very good point, GG2, because we did, just in taking the next month into account, the weakness damage cap did get increased. So Shantotto and Kuja, their burst effects both got a soft buff, which is good. The problem is that you're bringing Shantotto, and she has it just doesn't feel like coherent to me. like Majed just said, she's a fast character with a low burst effect duration. Yes, that is true. It's not like you want to press her HP attack ever. And she's got the 100% defense down. So the defense down along with the weak damage up, it should be very good. It's just, I wish she did more damage, really. I mean, we can always fall back on the, she's not complete damage, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Why it doesn't feel like she got enough. Any ideas, chat? It's just kind of, it's rough. It's rough. Because this is, well, again, Toto does have the utility, but we're kind of sitting in a period of balance in JP where we can just blow things up without care, and it just doesn't feel like yeah, next to Machina. Her kit isn't very focused. Yeah. She's got the defense down and the boss disruption. It's got the random ass poison and saps, and she's got weak damage up for the party, but it doesn't feel satisfying to use. Yeah, I'm sure, again, pretty usable. She's plenty usable. I shouldn't have to say that at this point. And I'm gonna probably stop saying that too soon, because it's just out of habit at this point. But man, if you sit next to Machina or somebody else, I can't really see why you'd want to green her at some point, unless you really want to. This doesn't feel like complete. Maybe she's getting lowballed for EX++, because maybe her EX second extension is gonna be hella fire. But right now, all BT plus usable except lightning, because why would you? Violence. Yeah, man. Dark enchant, that's so random. At least she's better than Golbez, yeah, but that's not much of an achievement. I'd firmly place her over better than Arden and Golbez, absolutely. I'm not sure who's bottom of the rung for me. It might be either Arden or Golbez. But those are also two characters who might get another swing around with burst. Well, I don't even know if they rerun the. I don't know how burst plus reruns would work. Now to think about it, that's even more vacuous. At least she hits harder with her skills than Onion Knight. That's true. She does have better skills than Onion Knight, but I think Onion Knight has better BT plus auras. So it's a trade-off. EX Extension 2, and then 4 months after, a reworked EX Extension 2. Take Strago, his EX++ is a revolution that can happen for her too. Absolutely. Her EX is really bad. If she was released earlier, she would have been better, but her Burst Plus partner completely overshadowed her. Yeah. Yeah, it really is kind of sad that we are already talking about Crystal level 90 in the context of someone who just got an upgrade. Ace, I'm saying I don't think people who got Burst Plus are going to run for a really long time. Yeah, it's up in the air at this point. Golbez did get upgraded. He got more Brave stolen up, and that might have been all that Golbez got. She was short. Yeah, I don't know what to say about Shantotto. I'd rather save my ingots. That's what I'm feeling for Shantotto, personally. Chat doesn't have anything else on Shantotto. I'll keep it moving. That was the last of the upgrades. Waka was on banner with Shantotto, and Machina with Paine. So Machina and Paine is a godly banner. Let's talk about the boss, though. I don't remember the boss much because I remember it kind of being a pushover. But let me switch it back to Machina. When multiple people get upgrades like this is the roughest to review, honestly. What was the orb? Okay, the orb was it was buff extend. The orb was to extend one's own buffs. So if you had a unit that extended their own buffs, you were Gucci. Machina extends his own buffs with his burst HP plus attack. So if you use Machina or just his regular Furious Blades plus without even using his burst, in buff extenders like Yuna, Saz, why am I blanking here? Hope. I think Paine has some buff extension in her EX. It was the monster that we thought Vincent's LD preview was. The Elveret. I honestly don't remember much about this boss. It kind of just melted, and I'm struggling to remember whether this was an insta kill or because it just hasn't been as of late. They did have a buff they gave themselves. GG2 was pointing that out. Wait, no, that's not what he said. They put up a buff that lowers your attack. So yeah, they put it. So that's what they were selling Pain for, because they have a stacking buff that can get better and better, and it gives them a lot of goodies. They do more HP damage. They have debuff evasion. They gain attack, and then the party gets defense down, eye brave down, and brave down. So getting that stacked up could be very, very obnoxious, and you don't want that happening. What else? But we have so many buff extenders, like people who extend their own buffs, that this fight kind of just got memed on. Yeah, not really much to say about it. It's JP's in a weird spot right now where they seem to have eased off the gas on bosses as of late, and that makes me think, okay, people are going to keep calling stuff easy until it ramps up again, and then people are going to flip out again. But I think I've been loud enough about the cycles that this game tends to go in to where stuff gets easy and the stuff gets hard. So I hope it won't catch too many people off guard this time. But oh yeah, you could take it with Balthier. There were a lot of ways to deal with the buff they give. We have so many dispellers like Reigns, Balthier, who just came out. You can prevent them from getting buffs entirely with just loading them with frame debuffs. Pain dealt with it, and they debuffed you as well. I think GGTube said they hit you with with an attack down. Not much to say about that. Yeah, it was a debuff aura. That was really the annoying part. And you didn't have to let them get turns either. You could just Zidane delete their turns away. Oh, Zidane extends his own buffs too? Oh yeah, good call. It was an insta kill. You likely never had to worry about it. Yeah, I mean, buff extension is pretty simple to come by nowadays because it's caked into so many kits. It was +6 if you extend your own buff, and the limit was 8. So as long as you're consistently extending your buffs, and it's just one person, then it wasn't real bad. Garland counters the orb for some reason. Interesting. Is that because he grants his own extended buff from his LD boards? Reno LD calls good here. Yeah. This fight is not fun to be worried about, is what I'm trying to say. The Elverets weren't terribly dangerous. Machina, even without burst, was likely enough to handle this fight. So, yeah. Just hit the chat button real quick. Although I was kind of talking to you guys anyways. Anything you have any questions about this fight, chat? Like, again, it was fairly straightforward. There wasn't really anything big to call out here. Alfie did a run with Caius. Does Caius also extend his own buffs? Well, when extend great, that's a very interesting interaction if that's the case, which makes it even funnier. Okay, so I'm looking at Compendium right now, and it is saying that Caius has a buff extension in his kit. So I believe you guys. That's pretty funny, to be honest, that it happens like that. So yeah, this fight did get me down hard. Yeah, that's why I don't have much to say about it. And really, the fights from... When did the fights really start getting memed? I want to say maybe it was Jegrin. But fights have been getting memed on for a little while. So why did I jump over Jack Caius Jegrin? Because I'm trying to get on a regular schedule of doing things a month after, so I have some time to identify the later power creep, but also give a relatively recent take. So this Machina retro is technically on schedule, and I'm going to do catch-up retros on Sunday. So tomorrow, I'm going to talk about Jax. Just get that out of the way. I think that's all I wanted to say about the Machina stuff, though. I think I covered everything. Not going to touch on high armors because that's too big min-maxing. If you wanted to blue them, you know you would. You get Machina's burst plus, and he's green. You definitely want to max him, obviously. Yeah, I think that's about it. All right, what happened after Machina? Help me out, chat. I don't remember nothing, man. I'm washed. I am trash. After Machina was Snow, right? I'm pretty sure it was Snow afterwards. Machina's stupid, so is Paine. Toto is great, but highly overshadowed. Yeah, I think that's a fair take. Overshadowed is definitely the right word. There's gonna be some Shantotto runner in Global who's gonna be like, I told you guys, and they can put it on their blog. I'm very happy for them. Congrats. But those who, if you got Machina's green, if you got Machina's burst, and you're like me, and you're also at Shantotto's burst, and you had to choose between them, unless you had some moral obligation to Machina, you know, 10 out of 10 times, I'm choosing Machina. That's, I think that's pretty consistent to say. Yeah, it be like that. It really do be like that, but it is what it is. All right, Snow then Ursula. Great. All right, so let me get the Snow picture up, and we'll go over talking about that real quick. It took a little bit, but I'm feeling like I'm in the swing of it now. So thanks for helping out, guys, as usual. Good to talk about these things. Oh, and I get to do, oh god, I got to do my poll plans video. Ah! That should go by quick. These streams really are helping me get my talking voice back to where I don't have too much in the back of my head saying, oh, talk about numbers, because you really don't need to. And by the way, if you think you could do a better job of this than me, please do. I encourage it. I think this whole JP retro thing I do, I think it's a good idea. It's just that I'm not that great at doing it. So if someone else wants to step up to the plate and give their retroactive takes on JP, I'd love to watch it. It's fun. And there's no such thing as having an area of content covered, because someone can always improve on it, and we can encourage each other to improve as well. Competition is good for everybody. Snow, it's Jack from Burlesque. Thanks for doing content. You're welcome. I try. All right. Let's talk about Snow. So Snow, and I don't even read the story anymore for this damn game. I don't even know what filler story they threw at us for this intertwined role this time. But Snow did get a rework. It's weird to think that we're at the point where we can be like, oh yeah, Snow needed a rework, but hey, it happened, and he got a good one. So now his skill 1 Steel Guard, I believe it does not increase. No, it does not increase the turn count. I think the Brave gain's bigger, and he's got more hits on it. Very good. Yeah, 6 hits, Brave plus HP, and his refunds are huge on this. He does have the Brave gain, high armor, and he does have a C slot. So if you farm those Paladin Cecil RFs in Global, Snow's gonna eat off of this for a lot of reasons. For one, I'll speculate, but I'm not quite sure because I didn't give him a Pestle RF and JP. But yeah, skill 1, very good now, a lot more Brave. That's the gist of it. Skill 2, it's a triple HP attack now. No, there's still no splash on. It's still all single target, but he refunds in the middle of them. So it's almost like, I don't want to say it's like Beat Rush with Tifa, but it kind of is, where he just like,
and he does so many HP attacks in like such a small time frame, but it does like very good damage on top of it. Especially if he's like green, or not green, if he's got blue armor and there's other HP caps up or other brave gains up, then Snow's going to be actually pumping out a lot of damage on this one skill. His EX is now his worst move again. That's par for the course. Level 90 Copium hitting. That's not to say Snow's bad, because I think Snow's fantastic. EX untouched. The big thing now is his LD. So now he gets self ice enchant. So all his moves that weren't hitting ice now hit ice, and the moves that were hitting ice are gonna have damage up as well. He got self HP damage up. He's got party HP regen. So now if you keep it up, you can keep that up, and you can throw his C65 regen up as well. So he's now an even more consistent party healer. Party brave damage resist up, very good. And he's got a before turn. It's not a follow up because it's triggered before Snow acts, and I honestly have no idea what to call it, and that's very annoying. But it's not a follow up and it's not a counter. It's just a pre-turn attack, kind of like what Jegrin has. Also, he has party HP damage resist, and he gets a personal brave gain up. So if you got his armor, which is already 30%, and he's got a self brave gain up, that's 60% brave gain up. And with gains being like, what are they, like 80, 90 in JP right now? You throw in any other brave gain increaser on the party, and Snow is already just refunding like crazy, and he's super self-sufficient. A preemptive attack, chat saying preemptive attack, a preceding attack, I suppose will follow up. Okay, I like that. But his preemptive attack, I do like preemptive attack. That sounds pretty good. His preemptive attack, he's got different versions depending on how many stacks he has. Oh, and Snow's stacks, I don't think they really affect anything aside from which follow-up he does. So, oh yeah, the attack is nothing special. It's just an AoE attack. Who cares? Who cares what the attack does, really? We're here for the effects. But he is now able to inflict Ice Imperil with his LD as his preemptive attack. Or maybe I should say reverse follow-up. Reverse follow-up. I'm such an idiot. So before Snow gets a turn, he'll do an attack, which is a AoE Brave plus HP, and he does it twice. And it hits pretty hard. It's split damage, and he refunds in between. So that's the base attack. And when he's at 2 stacks, he does it twice. He doubles this damage. So the base one is just 2 attacks. The plus version is 4 attacks. And both of these follow-ups, he's inflicting Ice Imperil. So he's gonna be hitting weakness damage. He's gonna set himself up to do weakness damage on his turns, basically, because he's doing this before all of his attacks. And it goes back and forth between 1 stack, I believe. What makes the stacks go up? So he gets the max stacks when he uses LD, yes. And it goes up by 1 every time he gets either Brave or HP attacks. So Snow needs to get attacked, and this is probably going to be likely. Obviously, you're going to want to let the boss have turns if you're using Snow. His damage is through the roof now. So he doesn't... And while it's a bit more dependent on the boss getting turns, and it's not coded as a follow-up, so if there's like follow-up orbs or counter orbs, Snow won't trigger that, but it's more when he's about to get a turn. So you want Snow to take turns, but you also want the boss to take turns before it. So he's filling a lot of roles. HP regen, brave damage mitigation for the party, defensive stuff, tanking, and then battery-based damage, to the point where he's so hilariously self-sufficient that he can pretty much do his own thing. And I think these are really dope upgrades. We already know his base call. It was I guess I didn't go over Paine's calls, whatever, who cares. It was already his skill 1 Balak, and his LD call, also dope, drops the Ice Imperil. It gives the caller Ice Enchant by 20 and HP damage up by 15%, and on top of that, Brave gains up 20%. So yeah, Snow, he is, in addition, he's always been similar to Zac in regards that he is a very damage-oriented tank unit, and they doubled down on it with this. Whereas Zach is all about the brave hits, Snow's all about the brave gains. So depending on your team building, Snow will do that very well. I think Snow is great across the board, great unit. I think Machina's verse cycle as a whole is fantastic, actually. Yeah, nothing really else to say about Snow, and I think Snow took me for 500 tickets, which hurt. Realm is on the banner, and Lion was on the banner. Lion's LD. Lion didn't get anything new. And then also there was a paid banner up at the time with Zidane, Kurosame, and Setzer. This was an Omega Whale banner because it was, first off, Zidane just LD is slightly insulting at this point. So yeah, that's not quite it. But Kurosame, who's the God LD call, and Setzer, who was just one of the LuFenian plus gods, running him on a paid banner, dick move, Square Enix, dick move. I know Final ASIM is mad about Kurosame coming back, but on the paid banner. Oh, poor guy. Basically, Isaac. RBA, shut up. Yeah. As for the fight was +1 on ice damage, and it was +3 on when you take reduced brave damage with the buff. So Snow obviously fulfilled both of them. The easy way around this was to just put Kurosame in the party, and if you're ice enchanted the whole time, you can pretty much kill this boss. You could delay it to hell. There were a lot of options to just deal with this boss. And the ad did some special stuff where it attacked. It would actually bring whoever it attacked forward in the turns, which really benefited Cell. Cell? Did I say Cell? Holy shit. This Cell? No, this is Cell Games. Where did that come from? What? Huh? I meant Snow. Jesus Christ. But anyways, for the brave damage reduction, we have so many brave reducers in the game, like Warrior Light, Guy. Someone could probably big brain Guy through this one. Zach, Bosch, Celas, I guess. Celas for the ice. I'm sure Celas could be valid for this fight too. There were a lot of options for this fight. Again, the game is opening up a little bit more again. It seems they're seriously easing off the pedal, but this fight also got memed on. Why did I say Cell? That's weird. Yeah, nothing to talk about this fight. Snow's pretty good. Event sold them pretty well. It wasn't a garbage event. Not too bad of a fight. Kurosame made an easy clap. Kurosame double burst, like Zidane delete their turns, and it's pretty much free. What do you got to say, chat? Does Snow have to absorb the 2 Shiva androids to reach his perfect form? I hate you. Getting flashbacks from the Dragon Ball fight beat. Y'all, Dystopia Bar murdered me today. Don't murder me again, please. This fight did get stomped YouTube. Yes, it did. When I don't remember a fight, that probably means it wasn't that bad. And if you've been playing for a while, like this again is a fight that veterans should not have a problem with. Oof. Yeah, and then I really do want to look into the stories someday for these intertwined worlds, because they might be semi-interesting. Yeah, anything y'all got on this, chat? Because I'm honestly GG2, bruh. I got no idea what the hell Ursula does. Oh my god. I that just hit me. New players just pull Snow. Yeah, Snow's fantastic. Can't go wrong with him. I want to use him a bit more. I don't think I used him in a single LuFenian Plus yet, but I feel like he'd be useful eventually. Yeah, Snow's damage is nuts. This fight is possible with an ice enchant on a call and very chilled. Snow burst later. Oh yeah, Snow. I guess Snow is. Gotta get a burst because he is in the city game. Didn't think about that. The turn count is the hardest thing about that 555 actions. You know, I think that's worth calling out. I didn't notice it because I used Machina Burst Plus. This definitely was 55 turns, so if you're not bringing enough guns, that could be an impediment to this fight. So that's a good call. Ursula's I don't want to see break on my party character. Batteries and those other things. Yeah. Yeah, as long as you brought the damage and you brought ice on this fight, not terribly restrictive, just largely a damage race. Just bring a burst and kill it. I don't know. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Guess I gotta gear up for Ursula. Give me a second, chat. Oops. Yeah, 1 second. Let me pull up my notes on that. I remember I called Ursula ugly. She's actually pretty sick. Ain't gonna lie. Okay, hide that. I'm probably need to be carried on this one. Let me scan through her stuff real quick before I start trying to talk about it. I will give the disclaimer that Ursula will largely just be discussion, because this is me not giving a damn how she works until now, which is probably a good thing to know, but I don't, which is pretty irresponsible. I should try and at least know what's going on with these characters. Okay, there we go. There we go. Got my notes there. Chinese dresses are raw. Yeah, sure. I actually really do like her design, and I think she's voiced by lady from Demon Slayer. Why am I blanking? The butterfly girl from Demon Slayer. What's her name? What's her name? I love Demon Slayer. Why am I forgetting her name? Oh man, I'm garbage. Shinobu, thank you. Shinobu. Got the same voice as Shinobu from Demon Slayer, and that's it. Yep. Thank you. She voices Ganyu from Genshin? Yo, I'm about to simp. No way. Oh, I didn't even notice. That's dope. All right, looking over. Ursula. Man, she I remember when she got released, so she was announced that she was coming out, and everyone was like, really? Me included. I was so, because I've been fingers crossed for Sice from Type 0 for so long, and not only do we get a literal who, we get a literal who from the after years, and not only do we get a literal who from the after years, we get Yong's daughter. Why, game? Why? Why are you like this? Why? I hate it here. But she did not have the best showcase. It did not make her look very good. Nobody had any idea what was going on. But she actually got some fairly unique stuff. So, first off, her, what's it called? Her skill 1. What does it do? Or is that her skill 2 that I'm looking at? Man, this is a mess. Oh no, she's got a special HP attack. I don't know how it works. Let's be real. So let's piece this together. Skill 1, M-Brave Battery. She's got Brave Hits, Splash. Looks pretty fillery, if I'm reading this right. Yeah, nothing very special there. Gives her a buff, yeah, normal just stuff. And the debuff. The debuff is the important part about her skill 1. She hit with his weakness damage and his defense down 40%, and speed down 20%. Okay. Then we got Lloyd and I died. Her skill 2 sets current. So I think this is the unique thing about Ursula, and I'm leaning on GZTube and chat to help me out here. But I believe that her Brave gain on her skill 2 ignores Brave gain reduction. So it's set Brave to 100% of max Brave. So it's not gain Brave, it's the wording. The wording specifically, it is set current Brave to M Brave. So that it ignores the middleman of reductions, and you just get that no matter what. And then it attacks and it doesn't consume Brave. And I believe, yeah, it's instant turn rate, no turn count. Yep, G2 backing me up. It ignores Brave gain reduction. I knew it. So that is unique. So she has good setup. So she can do the Charlotta thing. It sets up her skill or HP plus, I believe. I don't know where the HP plus comes from. Her skill 2 sets Brave to max. Yeah, yep, there it is. And where does the HP plus come from? Because I know she's got a Charlotta style HP plus where she attacks using all of the party's Brave. That comes from somewhere. But I don't know where. Spirit after using Scarlet Flurry. What's Scarlet Flurry? It's after using LD. Okay, there it is. I know it's from somewhere. So after Scarlet Flurry, increases the party by the Brave by 20% of M Brave, and it's attack based on current Brave. Full HP damage, doesn't consume the Brave either, and it extends buffs as well. LD boards give her 2 uses each, so that's pretty dope. So you can set up some nice Brave setups and battery the party. So she's got some cool stuff there, and her let's see, EX buff, not super important. Attack and Brave for the party. Her LD buff. This is the important stuff is on her LD buff. She's got gained overflow for the party, so those Brave gains she's granting the party that can be bigger. Party HP damage up 20%, and she's got the Vaughn effect for the party as well. So you're not dropping below 20% of your M Brave. And if there is a warp mechanic that is tricky to explain, but GGTube explained it a little bit earlier. It's kind of like a warp. So after the reading, I'm reading this directly from Compendium to try and get it right. I also have Leo Bob up on the other screen, so I can try and make it easy to explain. But when a party member's turn, so say you got the A boss, and party member 1 is right afterwards. She'll warp right before. She'll warp in front of your party member. So say the boss acts, and then your party member is about to go. Ursula's gonna insert herself in the middle. Now, I don't quite understand the practicality of that. Maybe it's good for setting up her thing, but that's situationally useful. She's got actually a lot of good stuff, but a lot of it is pretty nuanced. Her LD attack, again, it grants a special HP attack. So it looks she's got 3 uses. Am I reading that right? Yeah, she's got 3 uses of her LD. So that means she can set up that big nuke HP plus 6 times. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I am, but so yeah, she's mostly a Brave gain unit for the party, and she's got some nifty debuff. She got nifty debuff, and she's got the turn manipulation from the warp as well. Lots of cool stuff and a lot of room for like finesse and stuff. I unfortunately haven't quite done enough research on Ursula, but I think my verdict on her is that she's actually fairly powerful and definitely has plenty of staying power through the Crystal 90 era. Very good hybrid. I actually hate the word hybrid GG2 because it doesn't mean anything. It's been overused at this point to where it doesn't make any sense. Her LD call, party gained overflow up by 10%, party HP damage up 10%. So that's actually pretty useful. But would you bring it over like Kurosame and like Dessel at this point? Probably not, unless you're doing something like Mimi. And party brave damage up and party won't drop below 10% and brave. So I guess that's decent. She fulfills the monk role. Her voice lines are actually really cool. I was actually dangerously tempted to pull for her, but I just I didn't need to. I had no attachment to her. Maybe I should play the After Years eventually and start pretending like I like the game. Oh, multiracial alliance in chat. Yo, what up? What up? I think I shouted you out on my stream earlier with Indolent Lard. You always get my Boondocks references. And oh no, I shouted you out with my Wu-Tang references. You always get those, dog. Yeah. Ursula definitely very situationally powerful. Especially with those brave gains that ignore brave gain reduction, that opens up a league of possibilities to make her very valuable. And the Vaughn effect of not being able to drop below brave percentages, you could stack that with crazy stuff like Aroha or Lock or Ject. So she's got a ton of stuff that I don't have the patience to abuse, but I can definitely see the power within her kit. After You Sucks, Don't At Me, yeah, word. As for, so who else was on the banner? It was Ursula and Ursula and Sync. Sync reran, and then Freya was the EX fodder. Snow was synergy here, and Machina was synergy as well. The LuFenian was for the player to grant 100% or more of their own Embrave during one action with an ability. So you had to refund yourself, basically. And all this boss was only immune to terror. Hilariously enough, I don't know why. Apparently Ursula doesn't stack with the Roja. Really? Oh wow, both of you called that out. Oh wow, that sucks. Nightingale tested it. I missed that video, but that's a good shout. Thank you for that. Alright, completely disregard that. Yeah, so you gotta just refund yourself for the orb. The orb wasn't terribly difficult to fulfill either. Yeah, like Kryl was rude. Yeah, as long as you hit 100% of your Embrave in one action, you were good. What does TBD mean? To be determined. Say it. Say it. What am I saying? Oh, y'all gonna make me say the Totsuka key again. Y'all, I lost the ability to say that. Okay, GGTube saying the boss did buff your Embrave to make it harder to gain the Embrave, but we have such strong buffers that it really ended up not mattering. You bring some Brave gain up units. I mean, obviously it's still Ursula because she's got the ability to batter you like crazy. But we have so much, like Bartz. Bartz, for example, made this free. Who did I use? I don't remember who I used at this point, but I stomped it again. Oh, that's right. I died. I lost the HP requirement, but I did Bartz, Machina, and Kuja. I did triple burst plus on this. And Bartz, if you have him, because he's got the refund after everyone's attacks, so Bartz can pretty much solo carry this orb. It was ridiculous. You can just melt them. Again, not a very challenging fight, I'd say, provided you have an up-to-date roster. But I mean, Ursula's pretty good. Not really any hot takes about her. All right, I'll say it. Let me drink some water first. Jesus. Talking all day today and yesterday. I feel like I'm starting to lose my voice. Oh my god. How do people stream all day? All right. Omasei, Omasama, Husa. Totsukeki! All right, chat, talk to me so I don't have to. Oh lord, streaming a lot is exhausting. I remember seeing Zidane bully this fight, turned at least too good. Yeah. Zidane really is great. I swear to God, I've been saying this for a while now. Oh, I remember this is why I do JP retros, guys, because I changed my mind on my takes. I originally said I regret using Zidane, I think a couple months after release, but then I proceeded to use him a lot more, and I changed my mind completely. I really hope people don't fall for the first burst plus meme equals bad, because Zidane is definitely still kicking very well. Being the best leader in the game is dope. You guys are goofballs. This is the ugly by proxy chick. Yeah, I mean, do I regret saying that? No, because it was funny, but obviously she's very powerful. But at the same time, I'm not quite sure I would have been using her unless I really wanted to. That's the unfortunately, again, I think JP's in a weird spot where if you have a lot of burst pluses, there's a wide gap. And while this is not a diss against non-burst units, and it feels like Crystal level 90 and Ultima weapons are bridging this gap back, but for in some cases, if you don't plan to, especially because there's so many obstacles to getting a character at their peak, because blue armor is limited too. So if you're being really picky and you just throw those resources into burst units and then lean on the utility for units on the side, like I said, Bart's carry this fight pretty hard. It becomes harder to justify getting these units. And I don't want to say, oh, if you have a burst, skip this. But it's hard. You know, I haven't quite solidified what I'm trying to say there, so I just won't. I'm getting my mojo, Mandy. Doji Moji, thank you. You got the reference. Thank you. Someone got the reference. He got the reference. That's like my favorite scene in Billy and Mandy. I gotta get me mojo. Oh my god. I'm so happy you got the reference. Thank you so much. Ursula is great. Character has tons of HP attacks like Prompto, Sid, and Tifa. Yep, absolutely. Not dropping below that Embrave threshold is actually fantastic. You know, it actually makes sense why Aroha wouldn't stack for Ursula, because those are different thresholds. So, what kind of weapon do you think will come after? I don't know. I don't like guessing that stuff. Premium weapons. Devontae Jones. I think you've earned a ban. One nice thing is that these non-bursts. Yeah, chat. Anything else about Ursula? Because we can just talk in general about some stuff and then close out. Looks like this might be another 2-hour stream again. Although I tried not to do it, but I wasted so much time in the beginning. There's nothing else you guys have to say about Ursula. I'll just put it in general chat. I'll let some more comments roll in. She prevents party from breaks, even guaranteed breaks from Shiva or Divine Ifrit LuFenian. Really? Oh, I didn't know that was true. Okay. A weird spot for non-burst units. Most of that's just being able to use multiple bursts in a single fight from that burst plus. Yeah, balance is kind of iffy right now, which is why I think Ursula prevents you from being broken completely. I didn't realize that. I run a rookie. I'll just switch it to general stuff now. You can just talk in general. You guys can throw questions at me and stuff. Let me flip that over. Whoops, chat enabled. All right, so let's talk in general, because I do think that there is a spot to compare burst units with non-burst units, and I think the gap got a little too wide, like in the interim before Crystal level 90, and that put the game in a weird spot. Aroha is going to be super overrated in global. Yeah, I want to try and poke a hole in that in my poll plans video. Mino said it before, BT units should be put on top. Having started a Genshin account, I've started viewing BT versus non-BT in terms of like 5-star and 4-star from Genshin. I think I talked about it in one stream at some point, but it almost feels like, so if you're not familiar with Genshin, there's 4-star units that are viable and they can do content, but 5-star units are like a league above and they can like thrash content, like D-Luke versus Xiangling, like it's both their damage dealers and can potentially be primary damage dealers, but Diluc out damages Xiangling so much that it almost feels like they deceptively it kind of happened under our noses to where the rates in the game got worse, and it's a lot rougher to do LuFenian plus without bursts plus, but it is possible. But for consistency, you're better off using bursts, and that's why the whole is burst necessary topic is it's a hard discussion to have, because even right now in JP there's people doing no burst runs, and part of that is some LD units being brought up to par, and another that is content not being as restrictive. And this is honestly probably something different. What's chat saying? Skipping Roja for Ursula. Thanks, guys. Good ball. Would you go in for Ursula in global? I don't think so. GG2, I assume your comments towards me. And yeah, I kind of just came up to this now, but I think the reason they took their foot off the gas in terms of content is that they're doing a rebalancing. And something similar happened pre-LD, where we had that slew of challenge quests, and Chaos was kind of a joke, and they kind of transitioned into LuFenian. So I think they're lowballing it again, so non-burst units can get caught up. It's a very tricky situation that we're in, because some of the C90 stuff at Ultimate Weapons, like Papa Limo can do like 500k on an HP plus now. And that gap is huge. The Sophia Bard, it's a massive gap. You have burst effects, which are massive, then you can pop them and abuse them. It's also essentially another skill. So you have more skills with the burst unit technically, and more effects because burst effects don't take up buffs. Yes. Tristan Anderson saying, are burst plus mandatory? Nope. If you're going to use it, of course, it is the path of least resistance. Yes. I think that is universally true. Yeah, and some burst effects are widely broken. So what makes most sense is to ramp up some of the old units with EX upgrades and Ultima weapons so they could hit higher braid caps easily to make them competitive in damage again. So while it feels like they have that kind of elite 5-star gap and then like non-burst units are that 4-star level, it seems like they want to at least elevate some of those non-burst units back up. Only 500k? Well, Papa Limo can do like 500k like consecutively after like multiple turns, so it adds up to be also competitive again. And I think it might be tilting back towards burst finishers and effects being a nice edge and not just complete raw power to where you can overpower. Because some people, through a lot of content, you can just triple burst plus and just power through things and not quite care about things as long as you have some proper calls. And I don't think that's where the devs wanted the game to be, because there are limited resources in terms of blue armor and ingots. So that means you're less incentivized, because non-blue, they put themselves in a hole too, I think, with blue armor. And I think Ultimate Weapons kind of remedy that, because they're movable around. So if you really want to get like a unit to its max potential, obviously you're gonna blue them, but it's not as big of a gap now that like our C65 abilities and Ultimate Weapons can bridge the gap when you don't have the blue armor available. Does that make sense? This is really something I need to think a little bit harder on. But I think that's a topic worth discussing. I don't quite know where I want to go with it though. I'm here trying to get aggro and got around to Poppy. Yeah, good luck, bro. Not a fan of turn hoggers. I used to be like that, but now I'm not. I just play whatever works at this point. That makes it easier in my brain. Garland Burst Effect is filthy and global right now. Why would you not want to use that? Because you cap on almost every attack. Yeah, and not having had the juice of Garland's Burst in in JP and having it now in global, and now I have the Jack Call juice as well. Man, that is having that level of brave damage up really is killer. And my perspectives on this stuff are constantly changing. So while I do like to highlight so that people don't need these things, because I made a lot of stuff work without having stuff. There are a lot of nice to haves. My thoughts are all over the place. I'm such a mess. These are such like rough topics. I might do a separate stream on this and talk it out with you guys. The difference between BT and non-BT is getting so high. Well, and again, that's why I'm saying I think EX Extension 2 and C65 Extension and Ultima Weapons are bringing that back in line. Garland with and without burst is night and day. Yeah. Clay and I launched everything. We thought 2 million was good, and then we did 4.5 million bursts on Cloud Burst, and I mean that's ridiculous. Tita's with and without burst is the difference between broken. Yeah, it's such a hard thing to talk about, and it's definitely, and again, this is why I'm encouraging more people to talk about these things, because I can't do it all, and you guys are very competent. Anybody could be doing what I'm doing, bro. I think we're in the midst of a rebalancing, but it's the reverse of it's undertuning. It's undertuning to bring everything back in line. So it's kind of a polar opposite of the beginning of LuFenian Plus. So we have the highs where content's very restrictive and it's a lot of reductions, and then we have lows like this where it's not a lot of reductions and you can pretty much bullshit through anything. And I think we're definitely in one of those periods right now, and we're long overdue for a ramp up, but I think we need to ease into Crystal 90s again. I don't know where I'm going with that, to be honest. It depends on the burst unit right now. Eldnar's has probably got numbers like that. Yeah, neither is Shantotto and Golbez and Arden. And it's interesting to talk about, but I just don't know. And I think that's something that needs to be fleshed out, and I do want to think about that a little bit more. This is a topic for discussion. Listen, I don't plan those. I hope I told you that. It happens, but I don't know where to start. But that is something I have in the back of my mind. I haven't made like a focused edited video in a while, actually, because I've been streaming so much. It works out for the best. Like the video, by the way, guys. Emperor's gonna be stupid. I don't play JP, but I'm really keen on Crystal 90 and Extend. It is exciting stuff, seeing these EX abilities. Like, I remember EX++, originally EX Plus was fun, because we got to see these old abilities get upgraded. Now we get to see it again. It is bringing some of that fire, and it is feeling like mid Chaos vibes again, slightly. But it's gonna ramp up at some point once they get things in line where they want it to be. So expectations. I'm enjoying the simple times, but I'm also expecting it to ramp up again. And when it does ramp up, it's probably going to be in. I think I've put enough better ideas into the ether that people will be like, all right, hold on. People will notice. We freaked out for months during the beginning of LuFenian Plus, and then it went under the curve, and everyone's just chilling, and now it's over the curve, and it'd be like, oh my god, JP's at the point where people can do 1 million damage in one button, and power creep's gonna go out of control, and I can't see this game lasting for more than 2 years. I promise that's gonna happen again. Just wait for it. Did you have fun killing Chaos? I haven't finished the Stranger in Paradise demo. I didn't finish the demo. Get more people on Retro? No, Retro is always going to be me only. Other stuff is for other streams. Retro is about what I think and bouncing off of you guys. So bringing other people on to do Retro would betray what I want to do with this thing. So that will just never happen. I think JP Retro is incredibly valued because global players tend to home in on at that time height that someone has. Yeah, and perspectives do change. Perspectives do change. We can see how they age over time. Yeah, and then it also part of the reason I do retros again is because it's so I can learn. Because you guys know I can get stuff wrong, and I make that very obvious. But it's a great learning experience for me to say, oh, you know, I missed out on these details because I used synergy and didn't see it, or I didn't have a good understanding of the game at this point, and I said something that ended up not quite being true, and I didn't have enough varied perspective. And the fact that my audience is growing, and you guys are willing to call me out and just discuss things, and we can all learn together is very, very powerful. The only issue I can see with it is that there's a chance they continue to overtune burst units. I don't know, but regardless, I'm not really worried. This isn't even a pure retro topic though, because I play global and I'm itching to talk stuff about this. Well, it's a retro, so I can say what I'm thinking, but it's also a platform for people to engage and just to have just general other discussions, I think. It's encouraging that more people shut down the misinformed hot takes roaming around. Yes. And I don't want to say that it's because of me, but I'd like to think that it's kind of a butterfly effect where if I encourage people to do it, and I encourage like 5 people to do it, those 5 people encourage 5 more people to do it, and just, again, good ideas stomp out bad ideas if the good ideas hold their own weight. So encourage good thinking. People are not their ideas. Don't make fun of people unless, make fun of people sparingly. Some people are just dumb, can't be saved. But I try to make it just about the ideas. Ideas are not the people. If you want people to be accountable for their opinions and learn and grow, we have to come to the idea, not come with the venom or they'll reject the idea. Yes. And as I grow as an adult, I know that I should do that more. But being toxic sometimes is just really funny. And sometimes I can't resist. So I try to direct that energy towards my friends. Because I know everyone can have bad ideas and not know stuff. It's really when, what do I always say? Don't judge people on their mistakes. Judge people on how they respond to their mistakes. So with my Vincent video, if I had doubled down and said, no, these were carries, Vincent didn't do anything, that would be an indictment of me not being able to learn. But I was pretty much universally respected, except by idiots, when I turned around and I explained why I was wrong and how I learned from it. That should be the standard. So if you get something explained to you and you double down, I think that's inviting you're getting slapped around. But if we give people the initial, I don't think it's not good to assume malice just because something's wrong initially, because sometimes it's as easy as talking it out. Some takes are really bad, but we can learn. It's rough, and I'm not good at it. I'm not good at holding the standard at all, because I'm an asshole. Heard it here first. But it's it's something that comes with maturity. It's something I really am trying to improve on. Because going after people. Now, if you tell someone that their idea is bad and you don't make it personal, and they respond personally, that's an entirely different beast. That's not a good situation, Eden. That's not a sign of maturity when you're married to your ideas. Although it is a human condition, it's hard to get around that. I appreciate the encouragement for Fulsty into content creation on the last ranting hour. Inspired me to stop being lazy and make a new video. I want people to get better. I always look back at my past and I think about the people who inspired me, and they believed in me even when I didn't, and encouraged me even when I didn't think I should do stuff. And that is a really powerful sentiment. And it's very fun to make fun of people. Again, I've done that so many times in the past, and I should not have. But we grow and we acknowledge our mistakes and we get better with ideas. That's why some people really want me to be very toxic on the ranting hour, and those are people who don't have the well, I mean, ultimately I'm just some random guy on the internet, so I don't really have that much skin in the game, but I try to be consistent and do good things. And as always, I hope that you guys would call me out if I ever start capping badly, like with Vincent. I got called out, I got proved wrong. Again, I'm so glad I did that video. Slightly related, I do not, this is something that's been sitting in the back of my mind about the Vincent stuff. I put my opinion out there, which is something in itself. And I do think that people who, in giving your opinion, I think is a respectful thing. And if you get corrected, that's cool too. But people who didn't take a stance and then retroactively act like they knew what was good when I appeared to make good points from the jump. People, like, there were people who said I was wrong because reasons, and I respect that. But if they didn't tell me I was wrong, if they didn't have anything to say at that point, and then months later decide to jump on the bandwagon when they weren't in the gym putting in the work, I think that's pretty shitty too. I've seen mumblings around that. People send me stuff about people like talking smack about me. I just say whatever, but that sentiment kind of bugs me. I think that, and I have put out multiple the GL first analysis have mostly been on point outside of Vincent. I don't know where I'm going with that, but that was something that I've had in the back of my mind. Especially since 40's left is a big hole that needs to be filled. The One Piece is out there, y'all. Go get the One Piece. Become the Pirate King, bro. I said the same thing about Sarah's LD work on Global, and I admitted it wrong. Yeah, and you know what? You were wrong. And that's it. I mean, like, oh, my bad. It doesn't need to be anything more than that. So that's champion getting good ideas. I was on my soapbox earlier so long on the stream with Indolent Lard. I think I said a lot of good stuff there. I hope I can encourage people to get more sleep and exercise and to watch comedy in that stream. Wow, I've almost streamed for like 2 hours today. That's kind of 4 hours in total. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, 48 people here in chat. That's pretty good. We're kind of all over the place. I think I said what I needed to say. My goal of getting this down to an hour and a half has not been achieved yet. Part of that was due to me screwing around for 15 minutes in the beginning. If I hadn't screwed around and I hadn't been confused about Paine in advance, I think this would have been shorter. But as I do these more frequently and I remember stuff, maybe I should give a 2-week cadence instead of a month. I think that would be a bit better. I'm still playing around with how I want to do this, because once I get it going consistently again, that's when things will get better, I think. But again, I encourage everyone. I'm going to keep saying that. I've encouraged everyone. If you think you can create content in some way, you got the time for it, you got the mental energy, you got the fortitude for it, and you don't act like a dumbass. I'm glad to champion you all, because we need newer voices, we need more perspectives. The community can be better the more people are talking. I think I'm starting to lose my voice, actually. This is an interesting development. All this talking today, Jesus Christ. Okay, I think I'll just start plugging myself and wrap it up here. So, in conclusion, pretty much everything this month was good, or this burst cycle was good, and plenty viable for Crystal level 90. Okay. Lovely response. Nothing really bad to say about here except Shantotto. Shantotto, in contrast to everything else that came during the cycle, not great. Viable, but I'd personally rather save my tokens. KO, nice. Other than that, yeah. Smooth sailing in JP at this moment. When this gets revisited in Global, we'll be curious to hear the takes. Anything else I wanted to say? Please don't compare Machina to Null or Lock, especially Lock. That's probably one of the worst comparisons. Machina has the burst damage. Lock has a bit more sustained damage with ignore defense and champ, but they both go about things very differently. That's probably the biggest takeaway from this month. And I swear to God, if the take around this time in Global is, well, you could green Machina, but Lock is around the corner, and he's got Crystal level 90, and Lock immediately power creeps Machina, I'm about to embrace my inner Wayne Brady and choke a bitch. I think that's all I had to say. Almost at 2 hours here. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Trying to do this every Saturday. A little bit earlier. Better timing, better starting on time. Better energy. I think I'm going to go practice some Guilty Gear. I'm going to see what Har's up to. I probably won't stream because I've been talking so much. Dear God, yeah, my voice is almost going. Have a great day. Like the video if you haven't already, guys. Thanks for showing love. And that's the end of the stream. My mother's never going to believe this happened. Yeah, alright, guys.